We have now 3 questions. Practically, these are 4 questions even for both gentlemen to answer. Well, first, let me start from Paweł Krycz. Whether in case of scanning the same region frequently would be a possibility to calculate work compared to the former scan? Yes, quite easily. Brief question. And a brief answer. Yes, thank you. Now a question, well, to the whole team of yours. Did you have an opportunity working with other libraries for IRC files? Yes, we did, because there are actually libraries which are closed. Ones we often used on developing CAD applications, which at the same time are supposed to support the DGN AWG format, and in most cases they also serve AFC, so they will prove working well. And there are no differences regarding serving AFC alone, but there is much regarding native formats, because the open libraries which serve the closed one, EDN and DWG and also, but in closed formats, the private libraries work better because they have data from producers. And IFC OpenShell, did you edit models through them? Yes, but there is no problem because geometry is an attribute of the given, so change allows reading and modification of the file, so there is no problem. Although, of course, if somebody wanted to try this, I do kindly encourage you to install BlenderBIM. It's an application of open source code enabling modeling, and at the same time having a module which allows data processing directly from IFC OpenShell. So at the same time you can have a modeling application not close to Autodesk Revit or Decay or Bentley Open Buildings or any other one we specify here, but on the other hand we can allocate classes and objects and change, but BIM is using, which is especially for students. I do encourage students to try, because it is really very well teaching experience. There are very good tutorials available on the YouTube, so it's worth trying. And to add to this, it is also a very good way to learn the whole structure of IFC structure, because based on OpenShell we can extract information and in the meantime learn about the whole structure of AFC structure. Good. So continuing on the AFC subject, have you gentlemen been using IFC OpenShell for grades in IFC 4.3? Which is already with infrastructure. There are bridges already in it. Well, regarding this, I actually looked at these classes, and I specifically dealt with those classes which had information regarding location of the axis and alignment. I didn't work with those which describe characteristic objects like bridges, which are not available in volume building. So like abutment, and so I simply wouldn't like to share experience which I don't have, but regarding extraction of information regarding axis and location, it doesn't pose any bigger problem. And one more question from Paweł. Is there a possibility to detect 3D depth from rasters? Question is lengthy and catchy. Well, I don't know. Yes, it's possible, but it is not that simple. Well, there must be simply combined rasters, like from a drone. A 3D model is created based on a picture taken from the same area, but with a different coverage. So there is an intermediate possibility of obtaining information, but strictly from raster, if we have an ordinary single raster, which is always two-dimensional, it is difficult to extract 3D information. Well, let me add, because to avoid simplification on certain things, please note that paradoxically, information about numerical model of the terrain or coverage of terrain is available for consultants. We, as engineers, can use it on Google. And TIFF, which is a raster, but parameters included in individual cells are. So this question is a bit more complex. To address it more in depth, we would need something like 25 minutes. No, we don't have that long time available. So thank you very much for your response and for input in this infraBIM, really highly advanced matters. Now, let me invite you to a very brief break, and let us meet again at 3:15 at today's first workshop.